What's up, MP?
MP, you're my favorite player, man. Always the...
Welcome in, everyone. The NBA Cup has reached the knockout stage. And this game starts the elimination round for the NBA Cup tournament. All teams won their respective groups, but only one can advance.
Yeah, this tourney can kind of sneak up on you. Suddenly, the intensity is much higher, and so are the stakes.
And here we are in the quarterfinals. MP's very pleased to be here, but he knows the job is not done yet.
Oh, yeah, and MP wants it all. From the start of this competition, he told us he is all in on winning this thing, and he's 3 wins away from reaching that goal.
And look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Martin is out there with Mobley. Then there's Garland. And it's Stanley in at the 5 spot. Now here is Martin. Mobley kicks to Garland. Mobley sets the pick for Garland. Off target from three-point range. Pass to Dillingham. Here's Whitehead. Let's go. Evan Mobley with the rebound. And now just over a minute played here in the first. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Whoa, just climbing the ladder for that 360. Stupendous hop.
Yeah, Greg, he was sky high on that finish. Here's Palmer. 17 points in his last outing. Garland with it. That's tipped. Pass to Dillingham. Cavaliers with the rebound. Last time they met in Cleveland.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
If they can clean up the turnovers and make better decisions, it should be a much closer game this time around.
Good on the triple.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
The Nets working the ball around now. Saw the pass to Thunder. Pass to Whitehead. 6 to shoot. Good on the three-point shot.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now, here's Garland. He's got 5. Here's Palmer. To the middle. In the basket by Stanley.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Here's Thunder following the score by Cleveland. Here's Dillingham. Off target from outside.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look. Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Here's Palmer. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
I caught up with Coach Nick Nurse.
So for much of the brief time I had with him, he was talking about Evan Mobley. He said this kid is not a kid. This is a mature big man who affects all aspects of the game at both ends. But in particular, he's worried about Mobley's defensive presence and his ability to guard every position on the floor. Back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. The Cavaliers trail by 4. And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Yeah, I mean, their execution at times was flawless, but they also made some mistakes that ultimately did them in.
And it's just a couple of bad breaks, and then you're on the losing end. I'm sure they're going to bounce back quickly.
Here's Stanley. He's coming off a 13-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And we'd be remiss not to mention his incredible rebounding, just a force on the backboards.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Palmer. Still yet to score. Shot clock at 6. Good D by Barnes.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Launches it. Drains it from beyond the arc.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
The Cavaliers trail by 7, and the foul called on Thunder. That's his first foul. Benedict Mathurin, he's checked in for Cleveland.
Substitution. Number 0. Benedict Mathurin.
Now, here's Garland. 5 points in the game. Shot to stop the run, and he lays it up and in. Garland's got 7. Nets leading by 5. And the improvement, RJ, from Garland's dribble drive game has been immense.
Kevin, his confidence when he is ready to attack is next level. He's got great footwork, he's got a great handle. Very few defenders can stay in front of him in a one-on-one situation.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that, boy, that is special.
Garland with the bucket.
He's doing everything he can. If they want to win, others have to step up and provide some scoring.
Puts it up from 12. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
There's Garland, and it's blocked. In transition, here come the Nets. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And another thing they've done so well is convert fast break opportunities. Great job trusting their guys and getting those easy ones.
The Nets making a switch here. Kessler's checked in. Mobley wide open. And it's off from three-point range. Brooklyn leading by 7. To the inside. Here's Barnes. No good on that one. Good D by Mobley. Here's Palmer. He has yet to score. Here's Dillingham. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Picking up that second foul early is tough. He'll have to be careful, and we'll see how much coach trusts him to not get that third.
On defense, the Nets. 7-point differential. Mathurin for 3. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
The kick outside to Butler. Here's Meyer. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And Mathurin has got the ball here for the Cavaliers.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Garland, the pass to Mathurin. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Thunder. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The Nets have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. That free throw good from Thunder. How does the development, Greg, of role players affect the team?
It can be a major factor. Being able to fill the needs of a team, that's what it's all about. A shot here, a block there, structural players, critical.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Penalties checked in, and it's Bird in for Mobley. Now here's Bird. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. Thunder.
Oh, my goodness, man.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
Here's Palmer. Still scoreless. Really left alone that time.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
You have to think at this point the winner will be the one to settle in on defense.
Bird right side. Cleveland moving it around. Puts up a 3. Kessler with the rebound. Brooklyn leading by 7. .127 left here in the opening quarter. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Here's Porter and finished off by Porter.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
And the 3 ball is good.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
Here's Palmer. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Just too many miscues here in the early going. Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Martin's checked in for the Cavaliers. Thunder passes to Butler.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
Five on the clock. Again, the Nets for 2.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Screen by Bird. Here's Palmer. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Cavaliers shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Thunder passes to Kessler. Here's Thunder. Kept alive. He got it up. Buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here. That was pretty close. And indeed, they're going to look at it again.
The previous play is under review.
You know, you're thinking maybe we don't need the replay in a situation like this. Still plenty of time left in this game, and really it's about getting the call right.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And it looks like they got it right this time. No basket. The clock had expired while the ball was still in his hands. And so it's Brooklyn, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets.
before the defense could get set.
In this league, it is so hard scoring in the half court, so you have to run every time you get the opportunity.
Barnes out there with Whitehead, and it's Thunder. Then it's Sarr. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, guys, Thunder in the last outing against Houston lit up the floor. He had 44 points, and it was the best work he's done on the glass this year. The stats he put up were amazing. He knew nobody could slow him down, and he went to work. Kevin?
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
Count that one, and the Nets' lead has been cut down to 7 on the bucket from Bird. Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. The 3 from Barnes. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Nets leading by 10. Bielich. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Nice move. Postnoff lays it up off the glass.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
It's stolen by Mathurin. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Shots good by Whitehead.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
The Cavaliers trail by 12. He swipes the ball away again.
And he's just been able to anticipate their every move.
Yeah, you're right. An absolute pest on the defensive end.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. And there's Porter on the assist by Bird. Porter's got his second bucket.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Bielich. Another one falls for Brooklyn. Cavaliers have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Pass to Bird. Outside Mathurin. Bird is screen on Barnes. Offensive rebound. A nice shot by Bird. Bird's got 4 this quarter.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Nets leading by 12. Barnes outside. Here's Thunder. Barnes the screen. And it's Thunder missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Right side Martin. Cleveland moving it around. Mathurin finds Martin. On the wing, Porter. Back to Martin. 5 to shoot. And a wide open look for Mathurin. And again, it's Cleveland.
Nice, clean bounce pass. Sometimes the fundamentals are all you're going to need.
Poked loose. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. Well, we've got a moment now to see this year's three-point contest and how it's shaping up. Let's take a look at some of the top candidates emerging as we see here some players who are likely to make the final cut.
Not too shabby of shooters on this list, Kevin. You gotta love the advancement and really the evolution of the three-point shot in today's game.
Look at Thunder. He's all the way up there at number 2 in the voting for the three-point contest. Fans and the media know that he is one of the premier long-distance shooters in the league today.
And Kevin, not to take anything away from the other facets of his game, but let's face it, that three-point shooting is what puts him on a whole nother level.
And we'll keep you posted as we find out more and as we get closer to the three-point contest once we have our final list of official contestants.
Yeah, it's going to be very competitive. That's the one thing we all know. We got an incredible group of long-distance shooters in this league right now.
And it's good, 2 points. Dillingham's got 7 points.
And you can expect him to make it when the D is trash like that.
Here's Postov. It's deflected. Song, the pass to Thunder. Here's Whitehead. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. And now it's a 12-point Nets lead.
And that's one way to extend the lead. Continue to light it up from long range. They have all the confidence in the world right now from the three-point line.
Mathurin passes to Bird and taken away by Johnson. Pass to Dillingham. Here's Thunder. In the corner, Dillingham with it. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And he continues to cast away, but the results just haven't been there tonight.
Here's Mathurin, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screen. And we've reached halftime in this one. It's the Nets up by 7. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Greetings, Shaq, Kenny, and EJ here as we tip off the show with a look at our... If you were in the locker room of one of these struggling teams, what would you be saying?
I'd be too mad to talk. Shaqzilla gonna keep stomping everyone and breaking stuff until we start winning.
Well, you know what, Ernie? I might take a little bit more of a diplomatic approach, just a bit.
Turning back now to our game, lots of positives in that first half for the Brooklyn Nets.
I have some research here that...
Thank you for being with us.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. It's been a clinic out there by Thunder.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Not only does he have solid defensive instincts, he just plays extremely hard. And I know people might not realize this, but that is a skill, and it is very difficult for the opposition. It is a recipe for disaster.
Checking out the group for Kenny Atkinson to start the second half. They've got Martin. He's out there with Mobley, and it's Garland in at the 2. Here's Palmer. Pass to Garland. Garland is doubled. Here's Palmer. They get the rebound. Stanley throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to be on Alex Song.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have. You're right.
And imagine how good they'll look if he can start to chip in a bit more offensively.
To the paint. Dillingham, no good.
Defense pulled out all the stops to shut him down there.
Pass to Palmer. Outside, Martin. Here's Stanley. Now here's Mobley. 6 on the shot clock. Nets leading by 9. Here's Dillingham. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
I'd like to see him a bit more efficient. He has not been great this quarter.
Took him no time at all on that one.
3.
Garland's got 14.
And Garland can get going from deep, which is why you can't give him very much space.
Thunder passes to Barnes. Here's Dillingham. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. He's got 13. The Cavaliers trail by 8. And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Outside Garland. Pass to Palmer. A three-pointer, no good.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Whitehead's shot is off.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Now Mobley. Here's Palmer. Mobley finds Garland. Clock at 4. And Sarr pulls it down. Sarr's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Garland the pass to Martin. Mobley with it. Here's Palmer. Kicks it out to Garland. Bangs home the trifecta. Garland's got a pair of threes now here in the third for Cleveland. Barnes outside. Pass to Dillingham. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Dillingham's got 16 points. Here's Palmer. Looking to get it going. And that's 2 points on the layup.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Nets leading by 6. Sarr, the pass to Thunder. The Nets working the ball around now. Sarr sets the screen for Dillingham. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And he's finally getting the feel from beyond his second 3 of the half right there.
Palmer passes to Stanley. Outside Martin. Pass to Garland. Shot clock at 5. It's deflected. Here's Thunder. He's got 20. Back to Barnes. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Mobley's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And stolen by Dillingham. Pass to Barnes. Now Sarr. Misses the 3. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Last season, the NBA again set records for attendance. Overall, arenas were filled to 98% of capacity. Commissioner Adam Silver says we're in a great position. You almost can't fit more people in our arenas. Kevin, he made it clear the area for growth is in media and especially in mobile viewing.
David, you know this, directly to the fan. I mean, my goodness, all the different ways you can...
Substitutions on the court.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. They've got Thunder. Scotty Barnes is out there with Whitehead. Then it's Dillingham, and it's Sarr in at the center. So that's the Nets 5. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Nets leading by 11. Down low. And there's Barnes. That's good on the assist from Dillingham.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Banked in off the glass. Bass has got his first points of the night. Nets have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Pass to Whitehead. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal foul.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Stepping the line with 2 shots.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
A floater. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Scotty Barnes picks one out, and the first one at the line is good. And so he makes both from the line. Here's Thunder. Barnes passes to Thunder. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Dillingham with the bucket.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen. Things are heating up for him behind the arc. He only had 1 3 in the first half, but now he's up to 3 in the second.
Pass to Dillingham. Lets it go from deep. Knocks down the 3-ball. Dillingham's got 24 points.
In the second half, we've seen him refocus his shooting. Much fewer wasted possessions.
Mobley outside. There's Garland. The rebound by the Nets. Sarr's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Dillingham. Plays it up and banks it in. Dillingham's got 17 points here in the second half.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Got a piece of it. Now Sarr. And it's Stanley with the rebound.
And they're up right now, but it hasn't been because of him. He's really struggled on offense.
And Mobley throws it down.
It's just too easy for Mobley. This man, he's quick off the floor. He's got a 7'4" wingspan. Look, this man finishes the way he was built.
And that one's good, Barnes.
If the defense lets him inside, he will not hesitate. He'll gladly drop that thing right in the cup.
And here is Garland. Lets it fly. Barnes grabs the miss. Barnes has got 7 rebounds in the game. Front past the arc. And it's Mathurin with the rebound. Mathurin's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Dillingham. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Dillingham's got 28.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Cleveland moving it around. And another miss by Cleveland.
Yeah, no triples for him here in the second half. One fell in the first, though. Can he turn it up?
Here's Thunder, guarded by Garland. Thunder passes to Sarr. Clock at 6. Dillingham. Good D by Mobley.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
They grab their own miss. Slammed home, and they call the foul. He's headed to the stripe for one more.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
And that's his MO. Be physical, get in position for the putback, and throw it down. The defense got to know that's what he's looking to do.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Martin's checked in.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the...
And another steal for him.
He's now tied the all-time record for steals.
For the moment.
Yeah, John Stockton's perched alongside him,
looking mighty tenuous.
Mobley outside. No good on the triple. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run here. Right wing. Here's Dillingham, covered by Martin. And that one's good, Barnes.
He was solid in the first half from deep. He's a guy who can get hot. Let's see how he does here in the second.
Outside, Martin. Pass to Garland. Here's Palmer. Outside for Martin. Fires the three. Stanley, the pass to Palmer. And the basket by Stanley.
That's a blue-collar bucket right there. Grown man basket. Put in the work. Got a second chance to score.
Driving inside. Right-hand shot is off.
And not allowing the shooter even
nabbing another steal.
Historic game. First place is his alone.
The all-time leader in career steals.
And no slight to the greatness of John Stockton, but when it comes to the steals leaderboard, he's got to step aside.
And the league limiting players from making public trade demands, which I guess makes sense. That's a big change from the past, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it saves franchises from being put in a tough spot, keeps a player's trade value high, which helps the team they're leaving.
An astonishing career achievement. Let's hear more now from MP himself.
Steals may be the single biggest swing play in our game. They pump up one side and deflate the other. And I'm proud to have more steals than anyone in the history of the game. Steals are about anticipation. You don't have to be the youngest or the fastest. If you can anticipate as a defender, you can succeed. And I anticipate being a successful defender for at least a few more years. So thank you. Thank you.
Greg, as MP said, we never thought this all-time steals record would be broken, but because of his quick hands, he has broken it.
And Stockton and Kidd kind of laid the groundwork. Now it's MP's time. The fastest hands this league has ever seen.
The Cavaliers trail by 21. Outside, Martin. Garland surveying the D. Over Dillingham. Rebounded by the Nets.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Here's Whitehead. That three off the mark.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Nets.
The one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition, and when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Thunder.
Steals are almost a forgotten stat. We don't talk about them a ton, but he's been huge in that category.
Oh, no, he may have gotten injured right there. He's in a lot of pain.
And boy, this really doesn't look good. Just the way it happened.
And you know it's serious if he's heading to the locker room. It takes a lot to get him out of any game.
And So it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And they move on to the NBA Cup semifinal. These guys are firing on all cylinders.
And really doing their best to represent the Eastern Conference. This is a proud...
Move over, John Stockton. MP is now the all-time steals leader.
MP, congrats on being the new Steals King. That's a special talent right there.
It's game time, MP. You ready to put that work in?